The background and context of the war in Ukraine, which was triggered by Russia's invasion of the country in February 2022. The war in Ukraine is a result of Russia's aggression and expansionism, which began in 2014 with the annexation of Crimea and the support for separatist rebels in eastern Ukraine. The conflict escalated into a full-scale invasion on February 24, 2022, when Russian troops and tanks crossed the border and occupied parts of Ukraine's territory. The invasion has caused tens of thousands of deaths on both sides and displaced millions of people from their homes. It has also sparked a humanitarian crisis, a food shortage, and a diplomatic standoff between Russia and the West. The war has been described as Europe's largest refugee crisis since World War II. Ukraine has been fighting to defend its sovereignty and territorial integrity, with the support of its allies and partners. The country has received military aid, sanctions, and diplomatic pressure from countries such as the US, the UK, Germany, France, Turkey, Japan, and others. Ukraine has also applied to join the European Union as a candidate member state, hoping to strengthen its ties with the bloc and secure its future. Despite the international condemnation and isolation, Russia has refused to withdraw its forces or respect the ceasefire agreements. The Kremlin has claimed that it is protecting Russian speakers and interests in Ukraine, and that it has the right to intervene in its neighbors' affairs. Russia has also accused NATO of provoking and threatening its security by expanding its presence and activities near its borders. The war has seen several battles and offensives over the past year, with varying degrees of intensity and success. The most recent and significant one is the Ukrainian counteroffensive near the key eastern city of Bakhmut, which began in early May 2023. Ukrainian forces have managed to regain at least 1 kilometer of territory from the Russian invaders, putting pressure on their forward positions. The battle has also involved airstrikes, missile attacks, and indirect fire from both sides. The Ukrainian counteroffensive has been seen as a potential turning point in the war, as it could break the stalemate and force Russia to negotiate or retreat. However, it also carries the risk of escalating the violence and triggering a wider confrontation. The fate of the war and the region remains uncertain and precarious. The meeting between Zelenskyy and Pope Francis at the Vatican on May 13, 2023, and how the Ukrainian president sought the Pope's support for his peace plan and his humanitarian efforts. On Saturday, May 13, 2023, Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelenskyy met with Pope Francis at the Vatican for a 40-minute-long private audience. It was their first encounter since Russia initiated a full-scale war in Ukraine over 14 months ago. Zelenskyy said it was a great honor to meet with the pontiff, who has said the Vatican has launched a behind-the-scenes initiative to try to end the war. According to a Vatican statement, the two leaders discussed the humanitarian and political situation provoked by the war, and the Pope assured his constant prayer for peace.